Meteorologist Colleen Campbell joining us with your weather impact forecast. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, Frank. It's hot out there. I hope everybody's prepared for another stuffy afternoon. Temperatures are already basically at 90, 89 in Tampa, St. Petersburg 89 as well, and Sarasota a digit lower at 88. Factor in the humidity, it feels much warmer than that. Look at all these puffy clouds rising high up in the sky. That's how you know we have some buoyancy out there, and that will lead to some storms for some of us as we move into this afternoon. Of course, the coastal locations where we could use the rain will be a little bit drier, but getting back to those dew points and the forecast heat index, it's going to feel like it's in the triple digits. And that is dangerous when it comes to the heat. So if you're somebody that works outside, or even if you're planning to have lunch outside, spend some time outside. No matter what you do, you got to stay hydrated from morning to night. Drink that water throughout the day, because if you're just drinking it when you're hot, guess what? You're going to sweat it out. All right, 3 things to know. We have some scattered storms on the way for this afternoon. Most of those will be inland, along and east of I-75 and I-4. And then with those storms, we could get some damaging winds and some hail, but that would be an isolated event. Nothing too crazy. These are typical summertime storms that we're starting to roll into each afternoon. We will be breaking down your forecast a little bit more in the next few minutes. Frank?
All right, meteorologist Colleen Campbell sitting by with the latest on hurricane season and this hot weather we're having.
Yeah, so one thing we learned last year, I was just thinking with the hurricane special there, a lot of areas, there's folks that have lived here for a number of years, you know this, and they said, you know, my house never flooded before. And that's something we saw last year. So that's one of the topics we're going to be covering in the hurricane special. But yes, getting back to the current weather, the heat, we're going to briefly touch on tropics since we're already on the topic. 3 days until the start of hurricane season. Thankfully, things are nice and quiet right now. We don't have anything to worry about in the Atlantic Basin, nothing going on in the Gulf. In the Pacific, there is a storm, their first named storm. It's not coming anywhere near us, so we don't want to cause alarm there. No development expected next several days. Yes, there have been things going around on Facebook. Don't worry, we see them talking about the tropical waves that are coming off the coast of Africa. Well, guess what? That happens pretty often. So we're just going off of that. Well, you're getting some bad information. But here we are in the Pacific. Again, they have their first named storm, Alvin. We don't have to worry about that. This is not the Gulf. This is not the Atlantic Basin. They have a whole different list of names of storms. So going to the Saharan dust, this is one of the things that's helping us out. That plume of Saharan dust going to dry everything out and make it very hard for any tropical system to come our way for the next week. So you can have a peace of mind there. All right, temperatures right now, we are at those 90-degree marks. It's 12:16. We are getting off to a hot start, so you can imagine how hot it's going to be during the peak heating hours. We're in the upper 80s for Clearwater, St. Petersburg sitting at 89, Port Manatee 87. We're down there in Venice. They are already tapping into that 90-degree mark. Brooksville beating them at 91. We have 92 in Wesley Chapel. I feel like I'm doing a bidding game here. Lakewood Ranch and Riverview 93. That's our winner. All right, so dew points are also very high at 74. That's air you can wear, and it's air that you don't want to wear, but hey, step outside and you feel it on your skin, right? That means that our heat index will be very high throughout the day, and it can be dangerous heat. So if you're somebody that works outside or even exercising outside, which I don't recommend, but make sure you are staying hydrated from morning to night, because I say it all the time, if you're just drinking water when you're hot, you're going to sweat it out, right? I experienced that yesterday. I was out to lunch and I was like, man, I just feel really lightheaded. I wasn't drinking my water. All right, the humidity stays pretty high the next couple of days. We're on that muggy scale. As we look at satellite and radar right now, pretty quiet. We will have some showers and storms start to fire up. Starting to see some showers just around Hudson. A little bit of lightning out there, but most of that will be on the way to us for the afternoon. We're talking past 12 o'clock, of course. Around 3, 4 o'clock is when those storms will start firing up, and mainly east of I-75. It's really the coastal areas that could use the rain, but not getting it quite yet. Now, there is a front that will approach our area, but it's not going to get here basically until Saturday. So we have a same old pattern that's with us. Here's the high-res model. This is moving into about 5 p.m. Again, areas like eastern Pasco County, Hernando County, maybe Citrus County, mainly Polk County, seeing the rain for today. Some of these storms could pack a punch, bringing some gusty winds as well as some hail. As we move into tonight, the rain will pretty much dry up and may have a stray shower out there. As far as severe weather, we have a low risk for it, but again, the main threats being some gusty winds and some hail, and it's really for these areas highlighted in that darker shade of green. Hernando County, Pasco County, Citrus County, and a portion of Polk County. Finally, on your 7-day forecast here, not really cooling down until that front moves through, which is around the timeline of Saturday. After that, some relief in the dew points on Sunday, but those 90-degree temperatures are sticking with us.
Colleen, you're running